Ciao everyone, I'm Rossella and welcome back to Cooking with Nonna. I am very excited to be back in the kitchen with my favorite Sicilian bombshell, Nonna Angelina. Say hello to everybody.
Ciao, io sono Angelina Purpura I'm very happy to come back.
She's
with
really happy to be
Rossella.
back.
Very, very happy. I love to cook, so I came here to make a pasta in carrozza.
So they can eat.
Esatto.
Now, what exactly is pasta in carrozza?
Pasta in carrozza è un piatto siciliano che si usano cauliflower and anchovies and sauce and a lot of ingredients. And dopo si mette al forno.
Is it good?
Very good.
So,
everybody loves.
So it's this classic Sicilian baked pasta that we're going to do with some cauliflower and a special sauce that Nonna Angelina is going to help us concoct. And the most important thing, let's get this out of the way. Why they call it pasta in carrozza?
They call it pasta in carrozza because years ago there was no oven like we have it over here. The oven was when you make bread and do the... So when they used to make the pasta, they fix it, they put them in the pot with the charcoal in the bottom and charcoal on top of in the cover, after they cover the pasta. And they let it stay for about 15-20 minutes. But while they're in there, they used to call it carrozza.
So a carrozza in Sicilian is like a carriage.
Sì.
So they would kind of create this little makeshift carriage with the fire beneath and the fire on top.
They put that name.
So
let us stay. It's in carrozza. We eat in about a half hour.
But today you don't have to make in carrozza. Today you can make in the oven.
Put them in the oven.
And today we're going to put it in the oven so you could do it at home. Now let's just go over all the ingredients for our pasta in carrozza. This is going to be done with some bucatini.
Bucatini.
You need bucatini.
Sì.
Okay.
And it's much better with bucatini.
We have some fresh cauliflower over here.
Yeah.
And we have a prepared mix of wild fennel and sardines. Now, you can get this at most supermarkets today. It comes in a can, and she likes to use this in her pasta in carrozza. Everybody's got their own way of doing things, and I don't ask questions. I just show. And then, of course, we're going to make a sauce. And we've got some beautiful Botticelli olive oil. We've got some tomatoes that we are going to crush up, some tomato paste, some onions, pinoli nuts. We have pecorino. Pecorino, very important.
Very important, yeah.
We have some raisins and some anchovies. And we're going to tie this all together with some gorgeous toasted breadcrumbs. And that's what we're going to start with, right?
Sì, sì. Prima di tutto facciamo la
mollica.
La mollica arrostita. We roasted the breadcrumb like this, it cool off.
Okay. We're going to start toasting our breadcrumbs with some Botticelli olive oil. Tell me when.
Sì. Basta.
Basta. Okay. And we're going to get the heat on. You want this on medium heat.
Yes, yes, yes. Put some pepper.
We're going to put some pepper in the breadcrumb first,
yeah,
or in here? Okay. Can you hand me a spoon, Nonna?
Sí.
Thank you. And we got the pepper right over there. Just a little bit. And you want to toast this just until it starts to color.
To brown, yeah.
And then you got to put it in a bowl right away.
Put it in a bowl to cool off. And after cool off, we put some pecorino romano. We mix it with the breadcrumb.
And what do you call that mix in Sicilian? There's a word for mollica. Mudica, right?
Mudica.
A mudica atturata.
A mudica atturata con formaggio. Cascia.
Okay. Now this will start to color very quickly all of a sudden. You got to be careful with breadcrumbs.
You got to be careful because it starts in the side.
Yeah, it's going to start right at the bottom of the pan, the sides of the pan. And
right.
As soon as you see that starting to happen, turn off the heat and keep mixing it, and then transfer it to a bowl or to a plate, because if you leave it in the pan, it will burn because it keeps cooking with the heat of the pan.
Yes.
So be very careful. Okay, so Nonna jumped in a little bit over here to finish off our breadcrumbs. And as you can see, the browning starts right around the side of the pan. And if you move it, you can see that they're cooking right at the bottom. So that's what we mean, like the timing-wise.
It's almost ready.
Yeah, and it's about 2-3 minutes that it takes. It happens pretty quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just turn off the heat. Okay, so Nonna's getting our breadcrumbs into a bowl so they won't burn in the pan, because as you can see, if you leave them in the pan, the heat will burn them. They look nice. Okay, so what do we do next, Nonna?
Next, we're going to do the sauce.
Okay, so next we're going to put our toasted breadcrumbs right over here, and we're going to bring this pot right over here to start our sauce. So what are we going to do first?
Put the oil.
Okay, we're going to get some oil again. It's okay?
A little bit more.
A little bit more. You never have enough olive oil, right?
No.
Sometimes. Good? Not troppo.
Basta.
Okay.
And then you put the onion.
And we're going to put our chopped onion. Put this in here. Oof. Do you remember the first time you made pasta in carrozza?
Well, I don't remember the first time. I remember my mother used to make it. And then when I got married, I made it myself because everybody liked it. Everybody loved it.
Everybody loves it?
Everybody loves it, except the one, my son, my oldest son.
He's got one son that won't eat it and another son that can't stop.
Right. And my daughter, she loves the pasta in carrozza too.
And like Nonna's a little bit out of her element today because we're making her make a kind of a small portion, only a 1 pound portion of pasta in carrozza, and she's used to making like 3-4 pounds at a time. So
in carrozza, no, 2.5 pounds at the most.
Oh, 2.5 pounds at the most?
Pasta in carrozza.
What pasta you make 3-4 pounds of?
Oh, the one with sauce and melanzana on top.
Oh, okay.
Fresh sauce.
That's another show. That's for the other show. Okay. So you want to let your onions get nice
and a little bit, and then you put the anchovy.
A little bit soft, so about 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For your onions. And then we're going to add our anchovies in, right? And you want the anchovy to
The anchovy, they're going to melt.
I love melted anchovies in a sauce. I think they're really, really good. And if you're not an anchovy person, some people that like, they don't eat, these are the people that don't eat anchovies that say they don't like anchovies.
And you know something? I got a daughter-in-law that I don't want to know that she don't like anchovies, but she loves pasta in carrozza.
Oh, and you
so says, I don't
never
put
told
anchovies.
her that there were anchovies in it? See, because the flavor of anchovy is not like a strong fishy flavor to me.
Right.
I think it's really subtle.
You can lie.
You can lie about it. It's so subtle, you can lie about their existence. So, and Nonna's never wrong.
No.
So she does it. That's an okay lie.
Exactly.
You don't go to confession for that lie.
Oh, no. That's another big lie.
Yeah.
You go to confession if you kill somebody.
Maybe, you know. Okay, so we need 1 more minute on our onions. So the onions are ready?
Yeah, now you can put the anchovies and let them melt it in there.
Oh, and this is going to smell really nice. Ah, beautiful. Now, anchovies break down really, really quickly once you add them to hot oil. So you're going to see they kind of liquefy. They melt. They literally melt.
They do.
Now we're going to
go
ahead.
Now you can put the paste.
Tomato paste. In Sicily, you would use concentrato di pomodoro,
Sì,
right?
Estratto.
Estratto di pomodoro, which is what?
We used to make in, like a salsa. e nell'estate l'asciughi nel sole.
So hey, you could put it in the sink, yeah.
No. I put a little bit of water.
Oh, we got to put a little bit of water. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna.
Okay.
And a little bit of water
Okay.
thins it out. Look at that. So yes, in Sicily, you would have used something called estratto di pomodoro concentrato di pomodoro, which is a paste made from sun-dried tomatoes.
Yeah, the salsa dry
Yeah.
in the sun.
So you would kind of you would puree the tomatoes and lay that out, spread that out on something, and let the sun remove all the water. So you'd have a very thick paste. So it's really like a tomato sauce that's kind of sun-dried, but like a sun-dried sauce, and it produces a very intense tomato flavor.
Keep it mix.
How do you know how much water to add?
I know. Look at it in the spoon.
So it's got to be very thin?
Not that thin, but not this thick either.
Okay. So this is a good time to mention that for the exact recipe and the full list of ingredients and directions, please head to cookingwithnonna.com because we will measure this and have a real measurement for you.
Okay, that's it.
Because some people, they don't know just by looking at it.
When you use the can, the can, that's a measure for me.
Okay.
I do 1 can of paste
Okay.
and 3 cans of water.
Got it. Okay, very good to know. Okay, so now that we have our paste and our water mixed with our anchovies and onions, it's time for the real tomatoes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, Nonna's going to take over stirring a little bit, and I'm going to prepare our tomato puree. And today we're using our beautiful Botticelli tomatoes. We're using the pelati, the whole peeled tomatoes. And I'm just going to hit this with an immersion blender to make a puree. Okay. Love this thing. You got one of these at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you want to make sure you go over each tomato just to crush it, and then you just give it a little stir. So good? Oh, I missed one.
Basta.
Basta. Okay. Now we got it.
Now you can put them in the...
I'm going to add this.
You can put a little bit of water.
A little bit of water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's too thick.
This water okay?
Yeah, not the whole thing. Just so keep on putting. And
She's got to look at it. She's got to look.
Okay, a little bit more. That's it.
Okay.
Now we're going to put salt and pepper.
Okay, so we got a little bit of salt. Oh, in the spoon.
I want to see. A little bit more.
Okay. See, you don't want the sauce to be too thick because this is going to cook for about 30 minutes. And when you cook it uncovered, the water inside is going to evaporate. So we don't want it to be too thick all at once.
Esatto.
Esatto.
Exactly. You're such a good teacher to explain it.
You're a better teacher than me. You teach me.
Well, we both work it right. Okay, salt and pepper.
Okay, so we got the salt in there. We're just going to add a little bit of pepper. Or as much as Nonna tells me to do.
Okay, a little bit more. That's it.
Okay.
I want you to taste it to see if it needs more salt.
Okay. For me, it's good. For me, it's good.
As long as it's good for you, it's good for me.
Okay. Oh, all right. Very good.
Now, as soon as it boils, we put The fennel.
Okay, the fennel mixture.
All right.
Now, I love seeing dishes like this because it's really representative of the land that is Sicily. Because Sicilian cooking really is about the use what you have mentality. Use what you grow. Use what grows seasonally, especially. And the reason dishes like this exist in Sicily is because they really just had a lot of fennel. They had a lot of sarde, a lot of sardines. They had a lot of anchovies. They had a lot of pignoli. They had a lot of raisins lying around. So you do see the same things over and over again. Okay, so now we got a little bit of bubbles.
Yeah, we're going to wait another 2 minutes. Okay, Rossella, now you can put the fennel.
Okay. Just give that a quick stir.
And then we start to put the raisin.
Okay, we've got our raisins here, our uvetta, they call it in Sicily. And you want to go through with the spoon and break up any clumps that you find of the prepared fennel mixture, just so everything's nice and smooth.
And the pignoli, I think that, no, put it.
Put it all?
Yeah.
Okay. That looks great.
Now we load as soon as it boils, you load the
flame.
The flame, cover like this, half cover. Put the cover like this.
Half cover.
Yeah, with this on top.
Okay, and for how long?
And let it cook for about 10-15 minutes.
10-15 minutes. So if you're wondering why we're not going to cook the sauce for hours and hours and hours, because it's going to go into the oven. So I hate to break it to you, but anything that you put in the oven will cook more in the oven. You don't need to cook it for a long time on the stove first. So I'm going to run around here and lower our flame to a nice little simmer. And now we just half cover. Half cover it. Okay, now that our sauce is nice and simmering right now, we are ready to start our cavolfiore, cauliflower. We've got a beautiful cauliflower today.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Fresh. Nice and white.
What do they say in Sicily? Il cavolo come... come sciuri, you said. Sciuri means flowers in Sicilian.
Come si chiama un cauliflower?
Broccoli.
O broccolo.
O broccolo.
Come sciuri.
So we're going to cut this into nice, large florets like this. Of course, she discards the leaves, but the stem, il tronco.
Il tronco questo.
Il tronco.
Si lascia.
Yeah, you're going to leave the stems on.
Yeah.
But nice big pieces. You don't want to cut it into pieces too small to boil it, because she says that when we try and scoop it out, then you're going to get too many little pieces that still stay in the water, and you don't want that.
No.
Because then we're going to use the same water to cook the pasta. Now, this is a technique that's very, very common in southern Italy. Boiling the pasta in the same water as the vegetable so that the pasta takes on all of the vegetable flavor. And that's what really makes certain southern Italian pasta dishes really special, I think. And I think it's really good to infuse.
Right.
Now, some dishes you'll boil them together, but since the broccoli, we don't want it to get too, the
cauliflower, broccoli.
Sometimes I think in Italian and English at the same time, so.
Okay, now we can put them in the boiling water.
Okay, just drop it in. I'm going to raise this to a little bit more of a boil. And we don't want to leave this, the reason we're not boiling it with the pasta is because we don't want the cauliflower to get too soft for all the time that the bucatini are going to cook. So we want to pull it out so that when we cook it later, because we're going to saute this later, we want it to still have a little bit of bite. You don't want it to be mushy. Mushy, no good.
No good. Okay.
Okay. And that we throw away. Even this little piece I got to put?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put. So we're going to boil the cauliflower just until it's easily pierced with a fork. So that's about 7 to 10 minutes. But this part is actually up to you. If you like cauliflower, your vegetables that are softer, leave it a little bit longer. If you like it to still have a lot more bite, be kind of crunchy, then pull it out when you see fit. Taste a little piece and decide for yourself. Okay. Okay? That's okay? How do you like it?
I like it not too hard, so a little soft.
A little soft. That's Nonna's cottura. So we're going to wait until our cauliflower is done, and we're going to pull it out as soon as it's Angelina's firmness.
Yes.
Okay, so our cauliflower have been boiling, and Nonna Angelina tasted just a little bit, and she said they're tender. They're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so
very good.
I'm going to...
Now we take it out.
Scoop these out. And one more piece. We need this piece. Okay. So let that water stay there. We're going to get back to that in a minute.
Now we're going to cut it in pieces, little pieces. I need another bowl.
It's got to cool off a little bit, no?
Yeah.
No.
I can do like that.
You're going to burn your hands?
But in the meantime, I put the oil.
Okay. Let me get you another bowl. And we are going to start our oil for sauteing our cauliflower. Oh, there you go. See? No burning your hands, no cooling. 1, 2, 3, Nonna does things. Can you just hand me the oil, please? Thank you. How much oil do you want? A lot or a little bit? That's enough. Okay. Put that right over here. And we're going to heat the oil over a medium flame and just get it nice and hot. And we're going to start sauteing our onion. And Nonna is cutting the cauliflower into nice little bite-sized pieces because in this pasta dish, you really want the cauliflower to incorporate. You don't want to have big florets everywhere. You want it to kind of like cream around the pasta. It's going to be really delicious. Add in all of our cipolla. Okay. Thank you. And give these a quick stir. We're just going to let these saute for a little bit. Okay, so our onions have been going here for about 5 minutes, and they just started to color just a little bit. And now we're ready for the cauliflower?
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry. Every last bit.
Ci mettiamo un po' di pepe.
A little bit of pepper, sure. You got it. Un po' di pepe ci vuole.
C'è come. Va bene.
So you just want to let this saute a few minutes?
A few minutes, and then we're going to put a little bit of sauce.
Oh, okay. Right now?
No. Let it saute a little bit.
Okay. And we want to drop our bucatini in the water.
Yeah, now.
So can you hand me dry bucatini? Dry. And we got the forchettone there. Gotta give this a stir. Here, you want to stir this? Just make sure they melt down a little bit. And they're going to absorb all that awesome cauliflower flavor. I bucatini sono toast.
No, non troppo. Si devono cucinare al dente.
Al dente. But a little bit more al dente, you want these.
Well, they got to cook in the oven.
Yeah. So these you want to cook kind of halfway through. If you like al dente, then you want to cook them way more al dente than you would normally eat them because they're going to cook again in the oven. So you want the pasta that comes out of the oven to be your perfect al dente. Okay. Those are in.
Adesso mettiamo un po' di salsa.
Un po' di salsa. This sauce came out beautiful. We shut it off after about 10-15 minutes of its cooking. That's good or more?
A little bit more.
A little bit more. You just want it to color slightly with the sauce.
All right. That's it.
Basta.
Basta.
Okay. Okay, so now while this sautés, Nonna and I are going to mix the breadcrumbs and cheese together. For ammudica atturata.
Ammudica atturata.
Atturata. Oh, it's an R. It's an R thing I got to work on.
Atturata.
Atturata. I'm usually good with the R's because I have R's all through my name. But. Nice, nice, nice.
That's all. Now you can shut it off.
Okay. And
we wait till the
pasta is al
pasta
dente.
is red.
Yeah.
Still
too hard. Right. So once our pasta is perfectly harder than al dente, we are gonna take it out and we're gonna start mixing everything together. How do you say mixing in Sicilian?
Mescare.
Mescare. Arriminare.
Arriminare quando si arrimina dopo pignata.
Oh, okay. I don't know what she just said. But we're gonna mix everything together.
Right now you do arriminare.
Oh, now stirring is arriminare. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were two different things.
Quando mette tutte cose insieme, sono mescare.
Okay, all right. I hope you guys are enjoying the Sicilian lesson from Professor Nonna Angelina.
La professoressa.
Professoressa. So as soon as our pasta is ready, we're going to mix a little bit of the sauce into it so we have a nice coating. And then we're going to start our layering of our dish. Okay, so now it's good, the pasta. I'm going to
take it out and put it here.
Use my Lilo to scoop it right out. Ooh. We got a few more in there, I know it.
Don't leave any.
No, don't leave any. God forbid. Think I got them. Wait, there's one. There we go. I got them all for you. Okay. So we're going to move this right over here. And now,
get the sauce.
Move this right here. And we got our sauce.
The salsa.
Ah, so good. More?
Yeah.
We gotta mix it good.
Yeah.
Okay. And you want everything to be nicely coated with our sauce because you don't want the pasta dish to dry out in the oven.
Now you gotta get the patilla.
Yep.
Metti un po' di salsa sotto.
Okay. So we're gonna put a nice layer of sauce at the bottom of this. More?
Yeah.
And we're gonna spread. And now we're gonna start layering like you would any other baked pasta. And when we cut this at the end, it's really cool because we're gonna actually cut out pieces like you would a lasagna or big ziti or anything.
And it's nice and cold. I mean,
chilled.
Yeah,
well, you know,
room temperature.
You gotta let it rest. That's the key to any kind of baked pasta dish, or even like a parmigiana or something. It's really the resting time because if you try and cut it when it's all hot, you're gonna ruin.
Now you put the cauliflower.
Okay. Nice layer of our cauliflower mixture. Put about half of it.
Yeah.
Very good. And now our mudica.
Now mudica.
Yeah, this is where a lot of the flavor comes from.
Because of the cheese.
Cheese helps every situation. Every problem I have, I solve it with cheese.
Exactly. Now we put more sauce, a little bit of sauce.
More sauce.
Now we put the pasta.
And we need more cauliflower, right?
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna put the rest of
the whole thing.
The whole thing, tutta.
Tutto.
Tutto, tutto. Oh, so good. Gotta get every last bit of the cauliflower out. We don't gotta waste.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Mudika time?
Mudika time. Bit more.
A little bit more. Oh,
Put sauce.
beautiful. Another layer of sauce. And the rest of our pasta.
Okay, now you put more breadcrumb.
Beautiful. More?
That's okay.
That's
now
okay.
you put a little bit of sauce.
And a little bit of sauce.
In the oven.
And
goes.
in the oven it goes.
A little bit more.
Now, if you have any leftover sauce,
sometimes people like, more sauce, so they put.
Yeah, for after. So when you serve this, you can serve this with a little bit of the extra sauce. But you don't necessarily want it when you bake it because then it becomes watery. You risk it becoming watery. So you don't want too much sauce in something that you bake. That's the #1 mistake I think a lot of people make.
With the ricotta too.
Yeah.
When they make the lasagna, they put the ricotta very wet, and then in the oven it gets like a liquid.
So you got to save the sauce for later. You serve it with the sauce, but you don't want to bake it with the sauce. So speaking of baking, this goes into a 425-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes.
So that's it, yeah.
And then everything's going to be beautiful on top. And when we come back, this will already have been rested because it needs a little bit of riposo.
Deve riposare 10 minuti,
Yeah,
10 minutes.
10 minutes before you cut it because you don't want to cut this when it's too hot. Otherwise, it's going to break apart and you want it to be a nice, beautiful piece. So we are going to bake this and we will be right back. Okay, so our pasta in carrozza is out of the oven and this looks beautiful. It looks so good. Nonna Angelina cannot wait to cut it. Did you like the way it came out?
Yeah, very good.
Very good. And look at these pieces are my favorite. The hard one, the little crispy ones.
Yeah.
That's the best part. So you want to be careful when you cut a piece of this. You don't want to break it so it spreads out too much in the dish. This tomorrow is going to be amazing because like most baked pastas, I'm sorry, they're better the next day. They get better with time. Lasagna, big ziti, everything like that is just better the next day. But this is still kind of hot and it's still going to be delicious. Don't get me wrong. Whew. We got it. Oh my God, that looks so good.
I'm going to put a little bit of sauce
yes.
on top.
Got a little bit of the sauce, the extra sauce. Ooh. This looks so, so good. You want to taste?
Yeah.
I got a little piece of the cauliflower. This is so good.
It is. Very good.
The breadcrumb makes it. I gotta tell you, the breadcrumb makes it. Beautiful. Oh my God. You like it?
I love it.
Oh my God. Angelina, we gotta keep eating this. So we gotta say goodbye to the people. I hope everybody figured it out how to make pasta in carrozza. Let's hope so. And thank you so much for being here today and being my nonna.
It's my pleasure.
Mwah. My Sicilian nonna for the day. Ciao, everybody.
Ciao, ciao.